For thousands of years, ancient traditions have described the journey of the soul after death. Most notably, the Tibetan Book of the Dead is an instruction manual for the soul in navigating the afterlife. Now, through the testimony of many near-death experience accounts, we're beginning to see an undeniable pattern to what happens when we die. Let's start with leaving the body and the first bardo. Many near-death experiencers report floating above their body, watching everything unfold. They feel no pain, just awareness. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes this moment as the first bardo, when the soul leaves the body but may not immediately realize it has died. Some remain attached to their physical form, while others embrace the journey ahead. Next, you will encounter the tunnel and the transition through the bardos. A common near-death experience feature is moving through a tunnel or portal toward light. The Bardo Thodol describes this as a transition phase where the soul moves through different realms, eventually reaching the clear light of ultimate reality. If recognized, this light brings instant enlightenment. If not, the journey continues. Many near-death experiencers describe encountering a brilliant, all-loving light, a presence of unconditional love and wisdom. The Tibetan Book of the Dead calls this the clear light of the void, representing pure consciousness and ultimate truth. If one recognizes this as their true nature, they can break free from the cycle of rebirth. But many do not, and so the journey continues. Next up is the meeting beings, the peaceful and wrathful deities. Near-death experiencers often report meeting deceased relatives, guides, or divine beings who communicate telepathically. The Bardo Thodol describes this as encounters with peaceful and wrathful deities, which are actually projections of our own consciousness. They are not there to judge, but to guide. You will then transition to the life review, the mirror of karma. Near-death experiencers describe a life review where they experience their actions from the perspective of others. The Tibetan Book of the Dead speaks of the mirror of karma, where every thought, word, and deed is reflected back. It's not punishment, it's awareness. Next is reaching the border, the judgment of Yama. Many near-death experiencers describe reaching a boundary, a point of no return. In the Tibetan Book of the Dead, this corresponds to the judgment of Yama, where the soul faces its accumulated karma and is directed toward rebirth or liberation. For those who reach the final threshold, the point of no return, there is a choice. Some near-death experiencers describe this boundary as a river. They must cross a bridge leading into an unknown realm, a gate or doorway where a being stands guard. An invisible wall that, once passed, makes return impossible. In Tibetan Buddhism, this moment is the judgment of Yama, the Lord of Death. The Bardo Thodol teaches that at this stage we meet Yama, the Lord of Death. But Yama is not a god who decides our fate. Instead, he is a reflection of our own mind, holding up a mirror in which we see every action, thought, and intention of our life. Near-death experiencers who cross this threshold often report a final life review, but this time there is no choice to return. They must face everything they have done with full awareness. A feeling of absolute surrender, letting go of attachments, regrets, and the illusion of individuality. A transition into a new realm of existence. Those who fully cross over into the afterlife often describe merging with the light, a loss of self, into an ocean of pure consciousness, becoming one with everything. This aligns with the Tibetan concept of ultimate liberation, realizing the clear light of the void, entering new realms. Some speak of heavenly landscapes, celestial cities, or infinite realms of learning and growth, where souls continue their journey beyond human understanding. Rebirth into a new life. In Tibetan teachings, souls who do not achieve liberation are drawn back to reincarnation. Many describe being pulled toward new parents, a tunnel leading to rebirth, or even glimpses of their next life, becoming a guide or teacher. A few experiencers claim they were given the choice to remain as spiritual guides, helping others in the realms between life and death. For those who cross, there is no fear, only acceptance, love, and transcendence. But some are sent back, leading us to the next phase, the choice to return. The bardo of becoming. Some near-death experiencers are given a choice to return or move forward. Others are told it is not your time. The Bardo Thodol describes this as the Sidpa Bardo, where souls are drawn back to reincarnation by attachments to life. This is where many make the decision to return. From those who choose to return, this typically leads to a spiritual awakening. When near-death experiencers return, they are not the same. They often lose their fear of death, become more intuitive and spiritual, and struggle to reintegrate into normal life. The Tibetan Book of the Dead teaches that experiencing death, even temporarily, is an opportunity for enlightenment. At the moment of death, all that matters is the clarity of our awareness. The light is always there. Whether we recognize it determines our fate. Will we merge into the ocean of eternal awareness, or will we choose the bardo of becoming and return to live in a physical form once again?